This is Fred Beck from Fred Talks Fighting. I'm in Saudi Arabia right now, joined by Pam. It's nice to finally meet you.
Nice
How are
to
you?
meet you? I'm good.
Enjoying Saudi?
I am. It's really nice. Today was a little rough because of all the interviews. That's all we've been doing, so I haven't been outside to enjoy much. But it's great.
I'm sure. Are you staying over kind of next week to have a look around Saudi, or are you heading off again?
No, we'll be all heading home. Yeah, back to the States.
So tomorrow and the next day are the 2 days you get to have a look around.
Tomorrow will be the day. Saturday, maybe a little bit. Sunday, definitely not. Got to rest up. Yeah.
How do you always find these 5 weeks as a mother of Jake Paul? Do you always get more nervous as the week goes on? How does it work for you after it's happened so many times?
No, I still get nervous. I'm nervous at home. I pray a lot. Then when I get here and I see Jake or Logan, whoever's fighting, I feel better. And then as all this goes on, this back and forth with this talk, we'll just call it, rhetoric, talk. Like I don't like that. I just want them to get in the ring. I don't want to hear what Tommy says, or any fighter. It's not just Tommy. I don't want to hear it. It's get in the ring and prove what you believe, and the truth will come out. So, but I do still get nervous. I don't care. I probably always will.
That's natural. I guess as a mother, you would be quite nervous. Does Greg still get really nervous?
Yes, I think he does. I always think he's going to help me chill out, but then I ask him how he's feeling. He's nervous too. So, and I think Logan on and off. I think it depends who it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair enough then.
Yeah.
But surely after a while it gets a little bit easier, or is it always still the same, building up inside you?
It's not getting any easier because the fights are just going to keep getting harder and harder and harder. And, I'm learning more about the boxing world. And, again, you're hearing so much stuff that I just don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. So it does not get easier, to answer your question.
That's fair enough, and I can understand. I'm curious to ask this now. Obviously KSI and Logan Paul, they're the business together prime. And KSI inevitably will fight Jake Paul, probably the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year. How will that relationship work?
Good question. I think it's going to be tricky.
Yeah.
It's going to be tricky for all of us, Logan included. Logan will definitely be in his brother's corner and has said publicly he feels Jake would win. I feel Jake will win. But it will be tricky, because we want good relationships, and Jake and KSI at this moment do not have, any good relationship. And, I think is because of the fighting, they really can't. I don't know if Jake will end up fighting KSI. I'm not sure how that will look. I don't know. Jury's out.
One day, hopefully you'll get to see that fight. But for yourself, I was talking to, I think it was Greg about this earlier. How did you manage to raise such... this is the question I asked Greg, I remember it now. I was like, if you raised your kids any different, how do you think they would have turned out? I mean, that's the same question to you now. If Greg was a little bit softer on them, do you think they wouldn't be the men they are today?
It's so hard looking back, answering those, that kind of question, because who knows, right? I always say, ask myself the question, if we had been married the entire time of their childhood, would they still be the same people? And I'm pretty sure the answer is no. I just think every experience you go through life shapes you to who you are. Greg was hard on him. I probably would have fought that. And then we would have been fighting. And then that is a little bit how it went. So I think they need the softer side, and I think they need the hard side. And somehow we came out with a good balance because we both had the same goal in mind. We never thought about that. Our outcome, we still wanted to raise respectful, responsible kids who made a difference in the world for the good. And honestly, we just supported them, and I just feel like we were blessed from the good Lord above. Like, we were blessed. I don't think I did anything special.
I think you did something special, Pam. I mean, look what they're doing now.
I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I just think we instilled... I'm sure there's other values I could have instilled better, but we instilled values of of hard work, perseverance, believing. I know I really instilled believing that you could do whatever you wanted to do. That mental game, my dad did it with me. I was a gymnast. You got to walk on a balance beam. I always fell off. I was just in my own head. And my dad turned that around for me by giving me tapes on mental psychology. And it really worked. And then I passed them on to the kids, and I saw how it worked in their wrestling, so in their football. So we just instilled those values. Otherwise, I don't know. It's a crapshoot. Like I said, we were blessed.
And it's one of those things where you look back in time, you think it's one of those things where you look back in time, you think, oh, what if that might have happened, or if that might have changed, but it hasn't ended up too badly. They're both doing pretty well, so. But just a few more questions on yourself. What do you got coming up for yourself in this year? Obviously, this has been in the year. Obviously, do you help out Jake Paul's boxing bullies? Do you have a bit of an input in that?
I input not as much, but I help. So if he has an event, I go to the event and I help him run the little sections he does. Like he'll have a jump rope section or a push-up section or duck, duck, goose or whatever he does. And I do the physical because I like to work with the kids too. And so I do the athletic part and just, talking to the parents and the kids. So I love doing that. And that's just part of giving back.
Talking to the parents, does that remind you when you were in the PDA or in the Parent-Teacher Association back when they were kids?
Not as much. I haven't really thought about that. But it is important to give back to the kids and to support the kids. And I was in the PTA, and I did help serve food at the football games and the not the football games, like the student dinners before the football game, and just things like that. And I think all adults should give back to the kids because the kids need it. The kids need love, support, and they just need to feel good about themselves and know how to take care of themselves in school when they are getting bullied, and that's really important.
Certainly, it is important. There's one last question. How do you think you want to be remembered?
How I want to be remembered? I've often thought of that. I'm thinking of writing a book.
Oh, really?
No, I don't know what that's
like. Mike's book?
Yeah, like Mike's book.
I can outsell Mike.
Yeah. Look out, Mike. No, Mike has a great story, trust me. I want to be remembered as a really giving, caring, thoughtful, balanced person who gives back to the world, shares with the world, and leaves a good, I guess I'd call it a legacy for my kids and hopefully their kids one day. I want to be a really good grandparent, and I'm a nurse, so I definitely have that caregiving focus. And
you're still a nurse?
I am a nurse. I'm not practicing in a hospital at this point, but still nursing. Lots of friends, lots of family. It's just in my nature.
Once a nurse, always a nurse.
Right.
Awesome. I thought you came across really well here, Pam. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. That's great. Thank you so much.